Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. Now, if everything goes right and I remember to schedule this video, you will be seeing this video on a Sunday because these are some Sunday shoutouts. I know those were a thing back when we had that small booktube thing. So I thought I would do a new edition of my shoutouts, and I would pick channels that I have not really yet talked in depth about on my channel. Like, I don't really gave them a spotlight on their own. I'll probably mention some of them in like tag videos or something like that, but I have not yet talked about them separately to give them a shout out, or at least most of them. So these are in alphabetical order, so it doesn't get like, I don't know, favorite to least favorite, because that does not exist for me. If I don't like your content, I will stop watching. It's that easy, believe it or not. But these are in alphabetical order, if you have wondered. Now, there are some recent discoveries and some older favorites I have not yet talked about. So yeah, there's that. Quite a mix. Now, the first channel is one of those recent discoveries, and that's Anna over at Anna Reads. I have discovered her through Matthew over at MCS Books. He sort of introduced me to her channel, and I'm really glad that he did that. I recently went and watched her back catalogue of videos she put out since starting, just to get a bigger picture of her taste, mostly, not just from the few videos I've watched since subscribing to her. That's something I tend to do with like channels I recently subscribed to, just again to get a feeling for their taste. So yeah, I noticed with like watching her videos that she has this ability to pick out things in books to look critically at in almost every book she reads, no matter its genre. And I think that's something we should all sort of adapt to our reading experience, and she makes it look so effortless. Like, it's, for her it seems like something very easy. I'm not saying it is easy for her, but she just made it part of her reading experience, which I would love to adapt to my own reading. I think I'm quite well with looking critically at books, but I think she does a much better job with that, and that's quite impressive. I also found it quite impressive that I found someone with which I probably could discuss Sartre, because we studied him in philosophy class, and I looked at his works after that because I was so fascinated. And it's quite nice to have someone my age who I could probably discuss his stuff. I'm putting that out there. I'm not sure if like what of his works she all has read or whatnot, but like from her videos I get the sense that I could definitely talk Sartre with her. So that's always cool. I think that's something that's a perk of our community, that you can find something in almost every channel you can talk to with that person. So that's always great. So as always, every channel will be linked below because that's the point of a shout out video. The next person is also like a semi-recent discovery, and that's Rocky from Blonde with a Book. Now, I know Rocky. I've been subscribed to her channel for a bit now, but I've recently interacted more with her because we are in the same group chat. Therefore, we like talked more on there, and I started to watch her videos more regularly because of that. First I watched it more occasionally, because sometimes you do that with certain channels, just because you are subscribed to so many. But lately I pretty much watched everything she put out. With Rocky, it is also that she reads a great variety in books, also in fact of like newer releases and older ones, and books I'm really interested to hear someone's opinion on, which is always great. But like the one thing that I'm mostly drawn to with her is her like personality really shines through with the camera and really makes me want to engage with her channel, and I think that's a very great thing. She has a very welcoming personality in my opinion, and I really like watching her videos for her personality alone. Even if we would have no similar reading taste, which is quite difficult because of like the different genres I'm reading, but even if she did talk about something completely else, I would still watch her because of her personality. And that's something I'm enjoying a lot lately, to watch a person for just like only the personality. Yeah, so that's Rocky. The next person is someone I mentioned recently in some tag videos, and that's Elisabeth over at Bookish North. Now, Elisabeth had a channel for a bit now, and I was introduced to her by Celia because they are quite good friends. So I immediately knew if they are friends, I would get along with her channel. She then sort of stopped putting out videos, and I think focused on her blog, if I'm correct. But recently restarted her channel, which I was so happy to see because I was subscribed to her all along because I really hoped she would put something out again. So she recently did, and she's been posting my arts movement tag, movements tag, which I tagged her in, which is great, and she was very fast, which is impressive. So yeah, I've been really enjoying her. Again, it's something probably similar to Celia. It's just the personality that I click with. I think she's that type of person I could be friends with in real life. So that's like always a great starting point. But also she has such a variety of books that she reads, and they are all like interesting. Like none of it sound boring. And that's something that is so fascinating to me. Like when I waited for her return, I watched her older videos, and I noticed that every single book she talks about sounds absolutely interesting, and I want to put it on my wish list to read. And that's something that does not happen with a lot of channels, but with hers it always happens. I don't know if it's her that who sells it so well, or if it's just that she reads such interesting books. Maybe a combination of both. But definitely, please, if you get one channel recommendation out of this video, please go and subscribe to her, because I think a reader of any taste could find something on her channel, and she really deserves more attention. Really. I told Celia over on Twitter that we need to make her booktube famous, and that's my goal. So please check her out. Of course, everyone else as well. The next channel I mentioned sometimes on my channel, just like in passing, and that's Frede over at Frede Reads. Now, she's one of those auto watch channels. Like anything she puts out there, I will watch. I will make time to watch her videos. I will go back if I have not had the time to watch a recent one, because she again, it's just a person I think I would get along well with in real life. And again, she has such a fascinating reading taste, and she always has something interesting to say about the book that always makes me curious how I would stand on that point. And she really sparks, I really love like her wrap-ups and recent reads, because they feel so well thought out that I'm just impressed on how well she can put her thoughts out there. And I'm sure like she doesn't think that, because we always look at ourselves more critically than others. But she is definitely one of those channels that I will make sure I watch every video by. And I'm really glad that I discovered her and we sort of started talking, because if I ever feel like I'm in a slump and don't know really what to read, I'm sure I can go over to her channel and watch her channel to get some recommendations. So that's always great. Now, the next person is someone I've been knowing for quite a while now. We even did some body reads way back when, and that's Giselle over at Giselle Bradley. Now, some of you probably know her already. She definitely has way more subscribers than her and probably doesn't really need to shout out. But I could not leave her out of this, because she is not only a very great friend, but also I've been loving her channel recently. She's putting out a lot of live streams. She's doing a lot of live streams on her channel, as well as some vlogs. And that's always so great to watch, like in the background when I'm eating or like doing anything else. I always have her on my, like in the background, and often I just sit down and watch her like vlogs or live streams, almost like I watch a movie, because it's just so, it gives me so much comfort, and it's always interesting and funny. And if I can, I will join the live streams in like real time, but I will always make sure to go back and watch it if I couldn't catch it. So yeah, definitely if you don't know her, go watch her, because she's also really like varied in taste. Although I often go to her channel for like fairy tale retellings, as well as historical romance recommendations. So if you are specifically looking for those types, you can also go to her channel. But also generally, she's just a joy to watch, and I really wanted to include her in this. Now, the next person is one of those like semi-recently discoveries, and that's Tiffany over at Hierarchy of Reads. Now, we have, Tiffany and I, also discussions on Twitter where she is, don't get me wrong, almost more active than like with BookTube. Not like with putting videos out, but you know, like she really engages in the community a lot on Twitter, and puts forward her thoughts on various topics, which is great, and I love to engage with her on there as well as under her videos. And the one thing that sold me for Tiffany is that she is a specialist in psychology, because that's what she is studying and working to become a professional in, or is a professional already, in my opinion. But yeah, that's something like I'm very interested in, because that's like one of my big things is psychology. That's one of the main reasons why I read, is the psychological aspect. That's always great, and she has psychology recommendations as well. So that's always fantastic, and I think it just adds a lot to discussion on a book when you have that background. And she is very well spoken as well, which is very pleasant to listen to. So she just really has a combination of things that I feel are quite unique in that community. So definitely check her out as well and go follow her on Twitter. Now the next one is someone I really have not even interacted with too much, but have enjoyed her videos so much lately that I feel like I really need to include her in that video, and that's Pull Down the Moon, and her name is Sandra, if I got that correctly. Feel free to correct me in the comment section. She is someone I just like enjoy watching. Probably similar to Giselle. It's just a very comforting experience watching her. But she also has a great, as probably all of them, variety and selection of books. And she always engages with the books and has something interesting to say about every book. So it always sparks my interest, and she reads like more well-known ones, books I have not yet heard about, and books from all different genres. And that's something I really relate to, and therefore I'm probably in the future going to seek out her videos even more for recommendations. Now last but definitely not least is someone I'm recently also mentioned in a tag video, and that's Jen over at Remembered Reads. I've been subscribed to her for a while now as well, and again I don't know how you people do that, but she is so clear and well spoken as well that it's always so like I'm glued to the screen when she talks, because I feel like I almost feel with her it's like a mixture of a well-made lecture but also like a personal sit-down talk. I think you will know what I mean if you watch her channel. It just seems always so intelligent. I think she could talk about nonsense in her video and I would not realize it, just how eloquent she expresses herself. And she also has such interesting book recommendations about books I have not really heard of. So that's always like, if I need a gem, I will go to her channel. And again, lately I've been really in the mood and went back and watched her older videos, and yeah, she's definitely one of like the top channels to recommend to everyone basically. So yeah, those are my shoutouts. I will link everyone in the description box, and please go and let them know I send you. Don't let them know I send you, do whatever, just go and give them some love. They really deserve it. Not that they need it because they stand on their own, but also have I just shouted out women. Well, that's something. But yeah, go check those people out. Everyone is linked in the description box, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.